Hello, future chemists. Welcome to an exciting journey into the world of organic reactions. Today, we are diving deep into the oxidation of aldehydes and ketones, a crucial topic for your advanced preparation. We'll start with the basics, move through medium and hard concepts, and finally tackle the most challenging aspects. Get ready to explore how these important functional groups transform. Let's kick things off with the easy level. We'll understand the fundamental differences in how aldehydes and ketones react with oxidizing agents. First, let's talk about aldehydes. They are quite eager to get oxidized. Why? Because they have a special hydrogen atom directly attached to their carbonyl carbon. This hydrogen is relatively easy to remove, allowing aldehydes to readily transform into carboxylic acids. This also means aldehydes are good reducing agents themselves. Think of it as them donating that hydrogen to another molecule. This simple reaction, archo to arco, is fundamental to their chemistry. Now for some practical applications, distinguishing aldehydes from ketones. We use mild oxidizing agents like Tollens reagent and Fehling's solution. Tollens gives a beautiful silver mirror, while Fehling's produces a red precipitate of cuprous oxide. Ketones, on the other hand, are stubborn. They don't have that easily removable hydrogen, so they resist oxidation under these mild conditions. This difference is super useful in the lab for identifying which compound you have. Alright, time to test your understanding of these basic concepts. Here are 3 practice questions. Pause the video, try to solve them, and then check your answers. Focus on identifying the key reagents and predicting the simple products of aldehyde and ketone oxidation. Ready to go a bit deeper? In the medium level, we'll explore stronger oxidizing agents and the more complex behavior of ketones. Recap: aldehydes are easy to oxidize because of their CH bond, forming carboxylic acids. Ketones, lacking this bond, are resistant to mild oxidation. But what if we use stronger agents? Aldehydes can also be oxidized by powerful reagents like potassium permanganate or dichromate, still yielding carboxylic acids. The key takeaway is their inherent reactivity due to that CH bond. Now, the interesting part about ketones. While they resist mild oxidation, under vigorous conditions, think hot, concentrated nitric acid or strong permanganate ketones will oxidize. But here's the catch, it involves breaking carbon-carbon bonds. This process often follows what's known as Popoff's rule, where the carbonyl group tends to stay with the smaller alkyl fragment. However, it's important to remember that this often leads to a mixture of carboxylic acids, making it less selective for synthesis. Let's briefly touch upon the mechanisms for mild oxidations. For Tollens reagent, the hydroxide ion attacks the aldehyde, and a hydride ion is transferred to the silver complex, reducing silver, I, to elemental silver. In Fehling's and Benedict's tests, the aldehyde forms an N-diol intermediate in alkaline conditions, which then gets oxidized by copper, ions to a carboxylate, reducing copper, to copper, I, oxide. You've absorbed some more complex ideas. Now, put your knowledge to the test with these 5 medium-level practice questions. These might require you to consider different types of oxidizing agents and predict products for both aldehydes and ketones under varying conditions. Stepping up to the hard level now. We'll delve into the finer details of mechanisms, selective oxidations, and advanced concepts. Let's dissect the Tollens reagent mechanism. It's not just a silver mirror reaction, there's a precise chemical dance happening. Hydroxide attacks the carbonyl, forming a tetrahedral intermediate. Then, a hydride ion specifically transfers from this intermediate to the silver complex, reducing it. This elegant mechanism is why only aldehydes, with their unique CH bond, give a positive Tollens test, differentiating them from ketones and even alcohols. When it comes to ketone oxidation under harsh conditions, Popoff's rule is a good starting point, but remember it's a guideline. The actual cleavage site and product distribution are influenced by the stability of intermediates. For unsymmetrical ketones, you'll almost always get a mix. Beyond general oxidation, we have selective techniques. Silver oxide is great for oxidizing aldehydes without touching double bonds, and the Baeyer-Villiger oxidation is a fascinating way to convert ketones into esters using peroxy acids, involving an oxygen insertion and a group migration. Connecting theory, alpha-hydroxyketones and aldehydes, which have an O group next to the carbonyl, are surprisingly easier to oxidize. This is because the hydroxyl group can assist in the oxidation process, often leading to alpha-keto acids or even dicarboxylic acids. Understanding these nuances helps us predict reactivity and design synthetic routes more effectively, especially in competitive exams like JEE Advanced. Time to sharpen your problem-solving skills with these 7 challenging questions. These will require a deeper understanding of reaction mechanisms, selective reagents, and predicting outcomes in more complex scenarios. Take your time, think critically, and apply what you've learned. Welcome to the hardest level where we tackle competitive depth, intricate mechanisms, and real-world applications. This is where you truly master the topic. Let's explore advanced oxidizing agents. The Baeyer-Villiger oxidation, where ketones become esters using peroxy acids, is a prime example of a powerful transformation. Understanding the migratory aptitude of groups tertiary alkyls moving more readily than methyls is key to predicting products. Then there's selenium dioxide, a unique reagent for allylic oxidation or oxidizing methyl-methylene groups next to carbonyls. Each reagent has its own specific niche and mechanism, critical for advanced synthesis. Oxidation of alpha, beta-unsaturated aldehydes and ketones presents another layer of complexity. Here, you have 2 reactive sites, the carbonyl and the double bond. Reagents like peroxy acids can selectively epoxidize the double bond, leaving the carbonyl untouched. Conversely, reagents like SAO can target the allylic position. Understanding this chemoselectivity, which part of the molecule reacts, is essential for designing precise synthetic strategies and is a common area for JEE Advanced questions. In retrosynthetic analysis, oxidation reactions are powerful tools. If you need a carboxylic acid, you might think back to an aldehyde or alcohol. If an ester is your target, consider a Baeyer-Villiger from a ketone. This backward thinking is crucial for organic synthesis. Industrially, these oxidations are vital, from producing adipic acid for nylon from cyclohexanone to phthalic anhydride for plastics. However, the environmental impact of many strong oxidants like chromium compounds is a growing concern, pushing for greener alternatives. Finally, let's consider stereochemistry. While simple aldehyde oxidation doesn't create new chiral centers, more complex reactions can. In Baeyer-Villiger, if the migrating group is chiral, its stereochemistry is retained. Epoxidation of chiral unsaturated systems can also be diastereoselective. These subtle details are what differentiate a good understanding from a truly masterful one, especially for the nuanced questions you might encounter in JEE Advanced. You've reached the pinnacle of understanding. Here are the first 5 of 10 challenging questions designed to push your limits. These problems demand a deep grasp of mechanisms, reagent selectivity, and multi-step synthesis. Good luck! And here are the remaining 5 questions to solidify your mastery of oxidation reactions of aldehydes and ketones. Tackle these with confidence, applying all the concepts and advanced insights you've gained. Remember, practice is key to acing JEE Advanced. Congratulations on completing this comprehensive session on the oxidation of aldehydes and ketones. You've journeyed from basic concepts to advanced synthetic strategies. For more such in-depth content, practice questions, and personalized learning experiences, visit synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for continuous updates and to stay ahead in your G Advanced preparation. Keep learning, keep excelling.